All right, everybody, we're back. A little update on the build vlog. Got a little excited once we got everything home. Buddy helped me carry the seat back upstairs and my bracket that was fabricated for me. And like I said, we just got a little excited to put everything together. So didn't quite get that on camera, but we're gonna go over where we are from here and what other changes we're gonna be doing. So let's take a look. Here we have it. This is my Symatech K2 cockpit with the seat mounted. Already slid up to the computer, been testing it out a little bit. Like I said, got excited once we got it together, wanted to use it right away, forgot to set up the camera for the build action, but we're gonna go recap everything. You pretty much saw everything except for the mating of the rear section, which holds the seat. There is the bracket that was custom fabricated. That is also painted to match the cross member up front. Did a really good job on that. Really happy with it. But yeah, so you didn't get to see the seat getting mounted or the bracket being mounted to the rear section or that rear section being mated up to the front section. But other than that, you guys got to see everything else. Apologize for the oversight, but hey, it happens. But we've got our pedals mounted, our shifter mounted, we've got the steering wheel in place, got our seat, got the power hooked up, everything works on it. Just pretty friggin' cool. We do kind of have a jumbled mess of wires going on. Everything runs in and out of the steering wheel. So everything's coming out of there and then just kind of running haphazardly down. We are going to take out the little caps. We'll do this on the other side. Take out the little caps so that we can run the wires through, but I want the caps back in there. You can see these plastic caps right here. I want those back in there. I want it to still look clean. Not that I don't think it will, but we're going to modify those so that I can get the wire through them. We're going to run the shifter cable in excess. Is just going to come down here. It doesn't really need much. It just connects right up to the steering wheel. But we're going to run that in there. The power cable for the seat, we are going to run through this main tube here and out the front. And then I'm going to wrap it around and mount the brick underneath the pedal plate. I was going to mount it to the intersection of this bar, but I wanted to still keep the functionality to be able to raise and lower the pedals. I've got them in a pretty good spot. I don't know that I'll actually end up moving them down the line, but just in case with different pedals and different people down the line, want to leave myself that option. So we're going to mount it to the bottom of the pedal plate. That way we still have clearance to go all the way down to 0% incline I'm referring to. You can see we got it set up there. We're at 15% or 15 degrees on the incline. A lot better video. We're switched over to the iPhone. We're going to use that 4K 60 Hertz. And we'll just dumb down from there. But yeah, there we have it. There is the Symatech K2 cockpit. We're also going to be running the pedal cable and the power cable. Both of these are going to come down this side and run through this plastic cap down its leg. And do the same thing with the power supply brick for the steering wheel. And mount that to the bottom of the pedal plate as well. So everything's going to be nice and tidy out of the way. As you can tell by my desk, minus the extra USB coming out the top for the steering wheel. I try to keep my desk pretty tidy, so you can't really see the jumble of wires behind my monitor. You can't see all the stuff underneath. I want the sim rig to have the same feel to it. So we're gonna get that cleaned up. Other thing I wanna try to work on with this is we are going to be putting it on some carpet sliders. Pick those up off Amazon so that we can maneuver it around the room a whole lot easier. Right now it's just got like 6 little plastic posts that it sits on that are underneath. Here you can kind of see what I'm talking about there. So not gonna slide around the room real easy. Want to be able to swivel so we can play games on the TV. And then also be able to hide it away in the closet, get it out of the way when we want to. So that's our game plan. That's what we're doing. Gonna get the camera set up and get cracking. All right, have everything laid out here. Got all my section, my end caps. This is the section that we needed to notch out. Already done that with the miter saw. Not a terrible cut for using a miter saw to do that. We'll grind that off, smooth it off a little bit, but it's gonna be on the inside. You're not even gonna see it. But yeah, gonna do some drilling. Brought the power cord down as a reference. I think we've got our drill bit picked out. And doing a little more cutting on the left-hand side ones. But we are getting everything taken care of. All right, here are our trimmed down and modified pieces. Here's the cap that goes over the seat. Got a little squirrely on the miter saw, that's okay. Cleaned everything up just a little bit. Got some sandpaper on there. Like I said, that's not gonna be seen anyway, so I'm not as worried about that. It's gonna be on the inside. Here are our modified pieces. We've got our top, right, and left, or front, right, and left, top, right, and left, and rear right. This is the one that the power cord is going to pass through for the seat. This one's a little bit bigger than the others, you may have noticed. That is so that I can just kind of tuck those cables down in there without having to work too hard on that. We may end up putting a slit in that down the line once we get a handbrake on there, if that's too many wires getting shoved through there at an awkward angle. But like I said, we notched these out so that I can slide that one with the plug through there, or slide that over the wire and then push it back on. So let's go get them installed. All right, everyone. This is the semi-finished state. It's pretty much done. I need to mount that power supply underneath the pedal plate. Ran out of 3M tape. Need to get some more of that. But let's take a closer look. So the only wire that's kind of crazy right now is this one. That is the USB cable. That one's going to be the one to plug into the computer so that everything works and has input to it. So can't really manage that one. Need it to be able to, like I said, connect to the computer. We've got this other one over here. I wouldn't mind if that was hidden a little bit better, but at the same time, actually, I guess I could take it underneath. We might adjust that down the line. It's fine for now. But that's for the shifter. Cut a hole into the end of this so that we could just shove that one down in there. Cable tied it, pushed it down as far as I could, and then put the cap back down. So nice and tidy compared to what it was, having that little extra bundle just zip tied together. We have the power supply for the seat, which is run through this right arm. You can see it kind of hanging up there by a zip tie. I will tighten that down a little bit later down the line, probably tomorrow. Need to, like I said, mount this brick. The brick is going to mount to the bottom of the pedal plate. We've got holes coming out of the front of each piece on the pedal plate, or up each arm. This is for the cables to be able to pass through. This side has a little notch through it. That is because we needed to have the big block that goes on the pedals, the connector into the back of the steering wheel. So we need to be able to get that through. That way we can just slide the wire through instead of running the whole thing through. This one's just a circle because the power supply cord I was able to just push through there. So that's fine.
But yeah, we've got 2 wires running out here, pedals and the power supply. They both run up underneath the rig. You can see up here. I wish I had a flash or a flashlight on me. But we've got our power supply mounted underneath there, and then the cable from the pedals is running to the back as well. The other power supply is going to mount on this side and do exactly the same thing that this does. So from the top view, you can see the power cord just kind of comes out near the cutout here. Gonna do the exact same thing over there. They will be a little cockeyed. That part bugs me just a tiny bit, but it's the best way to do it, to be able to have access to them and still have my adjustability where I can raise and lower the pedal plate there. So pretty happy with how everything turned out. Just this cable hanging out. So we'll have 3 cables that are hanging out in excess, power for the steering wheel and pedals and everything, power for the seat, and then we have our USB cable. So here is a finished look from the driver's side. Again, this cable is going to be just kind of out of the way. This is what we got. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and spin this around for you guys. All right, everybody, there she is in all her glory. Everything managed up, looking a whole lot nicer. No power cord coming out of the back for the seat. You can't even see the seat's power cord unless you really, really get down and look for it. Even at that, you still can't see it like that. Happy with the way that turned out. This arm looks so much better. You really, from this angle, you can't even really see the 2 wires coming out of the front. They're there, but you can't see the 2 wires coming out. That's fantastic. It's exactly what I wanted. Obviously, you can see the power and the USB. Like I said, nothing I can do about those. But yeah, there we have it. Everything managed and coming out as neatly as possible. Running around the mount there, down in there, down the tube and out, power supply out, and this power supply hanging out down there. It'll be, like I said, stuck up to the bottom of that tomorrow. Yeah, really, really happy with how everything turned out, how it looked, super clean, really impressed. If you have any questions on the rig, questions on the build, questions on the Logitech G29, any of it, drop it down in the comments. Look forward to hearing from you guys. But on that note, time to do some racing. See you guys on the track. Bye.